What up, metas? Coming to you again today with another tutorial video on Once Human, and we're going to be doing an update video on one of the more talked about and commonly asked about deviants that I've made a video about, the strange door. In my initial video I made some time ago, some things had changed since I made the video, and there were also some things that I could only speculate about because I wasn't really sure how they worked at the time. And since then, people in the community and also in the comments, which, much thanks to everybody who jumps into the comments on the videos and offers, help to other players, asking questions and also answering questions or correcting me when I'm incorrect on something. I've gotten a lot of information on how the strange door works that is different from what I thought it did when I made the initial video, and also some things that have changed in the game since then. So we want to do an updated video on how this deviant works. So let's start with the basics first. What does it require? It wants a blue light, it wants a red light, and it also wants flowers nearby. Now I haven't got my flower set up nearby in my case, but the red light and the blue light are very, very easy to do, and the flower itself is also pretty easy to do. And in return for all that, it will produce this resource called Shattered Strange Door, which is a material that allows you to construct the Strange Door portal itself. So let me come out here to where I actually have my portal. This is what the portal looks like when you build it. If you go into your build menu under the functional facility, this is where you will find it. You'll find a horizontal portal and a standing portal. This one being you can place it on the floor, and this one being on a wall. Now there are some finicky sort of limitations when it comes to placing the wall portal. It has to be on a flat wall with no lower border or anything on it. So you have like those doors, or not, excuse me, not doors, walls like this that have the little lower border on the bottom for like ornamentation or whatever. These will not allow you to place the portal correctly because they do make it come outward from the wall slightly, and it will only place if it's completely flat against the wall. So if you're having trouble placing the portal, just know that it has to be a completely flat wall. It will not work on the ones that have a kind of border to them. So what does it do exactly? Well, it's a portal. It connects one end to the other. You can jump through it just like this. So I have mine connected from the first floor of my base up to my storage room, so I can quickly jump up here and dump off all my supplies and stuff like that at the end of a run or whatever, and then go right back down to the lower part of my base again, just like that, and be ready to craft or do whatever I need to do. That's how I like to use it. You are limited to only being able to place 2 portals within your territory, so 2 portals that are connected. So you could either think of it as 2 portals or just 1 complete portal, whichever way you prefer to think about it in your head. There are other limitations to it as well. You cannot connect it from your territory to a friend's territory, and you can't connect it from your territory to your mobile territory, such as your truck. You can only build it within your territory. I wish it were a little more flexible. It would be really cool if you could use it to teleport between friends' bases, or if you could use it to like jump out to like your mobile base or your selling platform. If you're somebody who likes to set up like a vending machine and stuff like that and sell stuff out of it, things like that, that'd be really cool. But you just really can't. You can only move within your territory. But if you've got a decent sized base or 3 or 4 levels to your base or something like that, it can still be very nice to save you a good amount of time to be able to jump from one part of your base to the other in one kind of movement. And as I said, it does limit you to only 1 complete portal within your base as well. Unfortunately, I wish it were a little more flexible, something more like V Rising. If you've ever played that, has multiple colored portals you can set up. So you have like a red one, a yellow one, and like a blue one, and you can move between those and have multiple portals. You really can't do that with this one. You can really only have 1 completed portal network within your territory. Some other things to note about the limitations of it is that it can be used even without permissions to your base. So if your door is outside, for example, and somebody walks up and touches it, they will be able to access it and jump through the portal and be inside your base or wherever it happens to be connected to. So random people can use it even if they don't have permissions or they're not a part of your hive. That does also mean that they can deplete the resources and the amount of times it can be teleported with, and essentially, like, you know, disable your portal as well. Now, I haven't heard of anybody doing this. It'd be kind of a weird way to troll you, but just so you know, if you happen to come back and tell you, hey, my portal's depleted, what happened? I wasn't using it, and your front door is open. It's possible somebody ran in there, just kept using your portal and was like goofing around and decided to troll you by depleting your portal. So what do I mean by deplete your portal? So in order to tell if your portal has been depleted or if it's losing its charge, you have to go into build mode and look at the durability on the portal. You can see in the upper left hand corner, the durability is currently 960 out of 1,000. Every time you use the portal, it uses 20 of that durability. That is the sort of like resource that it consumes. And it only consumes it on the portal that you go through, not the portal you come out of. So if I go through this portal right now, this one's going to go down by 20, but the one upstairs is not unless I come back through it again. So if you happen to be using your portal in such a way that you mainly only use one side of it, that side will eventually deplete and the other one will still be fine. But if you're using it back and forth, just know that you do have to repair both individually in order to recharge them. All you got to do to repair them is just click with your mouse, in my case, to repair it, and I believe it uses some of the resources the portal produces to just go ahead and top it back up. At only 20 durability per charge and 1,000 in total, it's not going to go down very quickly. It's probably going to take you some time to use it all up, depending on how quickly, or I should say how often you use it. But just know that that's how it works in case you run out and you're like, hey, I don't know what happened. That's what happened. Even though there is a variety of limitations that I wish the portal didn't have, it has less limitations, and a really good place to also use it is in Eternal Land. In Eternal Land, you can build more portals, and you have a, you know, really unlimited amount of the resource that you can use, since Eternal Land is not limited by the rules that exist in the outside world or in the regular world or whatever you want to call it. So if you happen to be one of those people who likes to run around in Eternal Land and wants to build a really big, you know, multiple bases and stuff like that all around Eternal Land and really customize and play around in that sandbox a whole bunch, just know that these portals are a good way to get around in Eternal Land as well and jump between possibly, you know, your bases or, you know, whatever it is that you're building. And there's a lot more freedom to be able to use it there as opposed to all the limitations you have outside of it. I personally don't do a whole lot of Eternal Land, but somebody in the comments did mention this on the older video, and I thought, well, that's a pretty cool idea. I wouldn't have even thought of that. So, and I know that there are a lot of people out there like doing the building in this game, so, you know, consider that as a pretty good use for it as well. I have also been told that enemies can go through the portal as well. I personally haven't tested this, but I did have people in the comments saying that when they did a base defense, they had an enemy like sort of wander through it. So if your portal is like somewhere on the outside or something like that, you like, you know, try to use your portal to jump from the outside of your base to the inside, or, you know, you're using it as like a base defense mechanism where if there's a lot of enemies you want to get up to, like, say you have a balcony or something like that to defend with, just know that enemies, if they happen to get through all your turrets and get up your stairs and all that stuff, they can jump into your portal as well. So just keep that in mind in case for some reason, you know, your portal could potentially be linked to, in my case, like my storage room. I wouldn't want enemies to be able to get into my storage room and potentially destroy my boxes. You know, so keep that in mind as well when it comes to where you're going to place it and whether or not enemies are going to be able to access it, and if they'll be able to cause any issues with that. I think that is most of the information that is really worth knowing with the dimensional door. I do think it's a really cool deviant. I do wish it was less limited in what you could use it for, and that you could use more of them. I really, when I first saw it, I thought, well, this is going to be great. I'll use it to like jump between my friends' bases. We'll connect our bases together with these. And then I kind of quickly found out, no, you can't do that, which kind of bummed me out a little bit. Now we do have the zip lines now, which is kind of nice. So, you know, we can zip line between each other's bases and stuff like that. And if you're like me out here in the way of winter, you may be basing with a bunch of your hive mates around your thermal tower, and you know, the big defenses and stuff like that you're going to have to do and all that. You'll probably want to utilize those zip lines, but the deviant dimensional door will still not let you jump between bases, unfortunately. So just use the zip lines and stuff like that. But again, you know, it can help if you want to use it for base defenses and stuff like that. You want to jump up to a high spot or something like that, especially depending on if you have your territory situated in such a way like I do, where I have my base kind of in the back corner of my territory. So if I want to build additional like sort of bases, or like a wall with some turret or something on it over here to help defend the turret, or not the turret, the tower or something like that, and I want to use my dimensional door to be able to jump up to like a tower or something like that, that is like kind of cool uses you can use for it. And these tower defenses are definitely no joke. So having high ground or having extra mobility may actually help you. We have helped a couple of different people defend their tower, and the mobs really do come from everywhere, and they will tear up a base in a short amount of time if you're not paying attention, you're not careful. So a good potential use for it. Hopefully this helps you guys out and answers some of those questions. Like I say, I know I still get a lot of people looking at the old video that I made on the Deviant and asking questions and stuff like that. I went through the comments and tried to include all the updated information that I had on the door. And if you guys enjoyed this, let me know down in the comments, or if you think if there's any questions you had that didn't get answered in this video, feel free to post them down there and we'll try to get answers to those as well. Either myself or hopefully somebody else in the community who knows the answer will be able to help you out. And I hope you guys are enjoying the Way of Winter as much as I am. I will catch you guys, as always, in the next video. And happy hunting out there.